Welcome back. Let's continue, shall we? I suspect that the Crystal Exarch has told you of my past, that I was once a mage of the royal court of Voibert, and that soulcraft was my field of study. The tonic you administered to the patients here is one of the fruits of my labors. I hoped to do great things for the kingdom. But in the end, my knowledge brought only suffering, a plague like the like of which none have ever seen. In the hands of the of unscrupulous men, what would have been my greatest triumph instead became my greatest shame. You mustn't dwell in the past, and now you have a chance to redeem yourself. At least the Warriors of Light brought those responsible to justice. There we go. Aye, that they did. I shuddered to think what might have happened had they not. But let us return to the task at hand, finding a means by which we might revitalize these people's incorporeal ether. Do you think it can be done? Were the skies still ablaze with primordial light, I would call it an exercise in futility. But now we have a chance. We may have a chance. The method I have in mind will entail the conjuring of a familiar. They are able to amplify the energies poured into them, making them the perfect conduit for the ether revitalizing magics we will ultimately employ. If you're about to launch into a lengthy explanation of the metaphysics of your plan, don't bother. I'd rather get on with doing whatever it is that needs to be done, if it's all the same to you. Whatever reagents must be procured or spells invoked, I'll do it. I admire your spirit. Very well. Your first task will be to gather the necessary materials, the purest of waters and the finest of clays, as well as a uh, lantern brimming with pixie magic. If you're convinced the resulting familiar could help the patients, fine. Afno, the water and the clay will be simple enough, but I think you know what we'll have to do to get the lantern. You don't mean. The pixies took quite a liking to us before. If we humor them with our company, I'm sure they'll be willing to help us. Fine. We'll pay a visit to El Meg, though I never thought you would be the one to suggest going back there. I'm impressed. You've been there at all, let alone befriended the Fey folk. Oh, while you're about it, seek out the new Mile of Plani. They will be able to supply you with the water suitable for our needs. Right, let's get this over with, shall we? There still remains the matter of the clay. Might I prevail upon you to find it? Clay from Amarang would likely be best. Know you of anyone who might be able to assist us? Well, there are scavengers at Mord Soak. Scavengers, you say? Well, they might know the lie of the land, but I dare say they are more interested in the trinkets and bubbles hiding in the earth than the earth itself. Now, miners, on the other hand, oh well, I was about to say the first one, but what's that? You know the miners of Twine? Perfect. Speak with them, and you should have no trouble procuring what we need. While you and the twins are occupied, I will see if there is aught else I can learn from of the stagnation with which afflicts the people here. All right. Sometimes I wish we'd never got that trolley running again. Now Jerk wants more of the bloody things and refuses to shut up about it. I can't stop thinking about the giant talus we built. Can you imagine what it could do with a matching trolley? It feels like a waste not to build one. Akira, what a coincidence! You've come at a good time. We've just this moment finished repairing the talus and the trolley you lot took to Nabath Arang. The trolley was no trouble, but the talus would have been another matter had we not had a visit from Master Shai. He offered us a share of the leftover building materials from Daedalus Stoneworks, as well as a few trade secrets to help us along. Clever man, that China's. He seemed pretty keen on the ideas I had for putting the giant talus to work. Like a giant trolley, but Magnus still refuses to see all the good we could do with it. You're entitled to your dreams, jerk, but that doesn't mean you can go harassing our guests with them. Master Shai was just being polite. And something tells me Akira here didn't come all this way to talk about trolleys. What is it you need, friend? I want clay. I see, and this familiar requires clay from Amarang. Well, look no further. If anyone can find you some quality clay, it's us. Saying that, it isn't exactly a commodity nowadays, but there must be some lurking somewhere or other waiting to be dug up. If I'm not mistaken, there was a time when they used to take clay from Mount Burian mines to make adobe bricks. Place is swarming with coyotes now, but if you're after the good stuff, you could do worse than to look there. Thank you. Stay safe out there, and remember, you don't need to need an excuse to come and visit us. You'll want to be on your guard at the mines. Spend too long peering at the ground, and a coyote is sure to come and bite you in your on the arse. I still say trolley for the Talus is a good idea. You agree, don't you? Well, let's be honest. The only good thing about a trolley from that type of Talus is fucking distraction. Just like fucking railing the trolley, just like bashing mountains or something like that. That'd be fucking awesome. Where am I going? Ah, there we are. Ah, fucking hell. Fucking bullshit! Alright. I will summon me Chocobo. And attack stance. Alright. Oh wait, I fucking shit. Fuck your AoE. Okay. Let me get some good stuff. Alright. It could be a fucking kaiju fight. That's fucking gonna be awesome. Fucking bullshit. Alright, sweet. We have to go back to... Alright. Welcome back, you two. The Pixies were constantly confusing us with Alizé. Me with Alizé. In jest, I assume I mean it's not as if we look that much alike. We don't look that much alike, do we? Oh, she is fucking pissed. That had better be the only thing we need from the Pixies. If I had to endure one more prank, so help me gods. Well, technically, you had the better judgment than punishment than Araja. He had to do it 7 fucking days straight. Lest you forget. The twins have returned, and in one piece at that. I was convinced the Pixies would turn at least one of them into a garden ornament, but no. You have the clay, I take it? Yes. Wonderful. We need but combine the clay and the water, then heat the mixture with the Fey Lantern. After that, it will be a simple matter of settling upon a suitable form and performing the necessary incantation. Beg Look, I have a question. In the event that we had need of this spell and you weren't around, would it be possible for another to perform the incantation? Assuming they possess the requisite skill, yes. Halric and the others have suffered so much, and I swear to do everything in my power to save them. If there is a chance this spell could do that, I would be the one to invoke it. Mayhap you should be the one to do so. A deep understanding of the subject's physical state, combined with a strong desire to help them, can drastically increase the magic's effect, and you are plainly more familiar with these people than I. I dare say there are few in all Norvent more dedicated to finding a cure. Is that not so, Akira? Apparently, absolutely, she's the best woman for the job. Very few, but if aught should go awry, I see what I can do. I'll be nice. I'll give it my all for Alric, for Teslin. Then we are all of a mind of the matter. Alice shall be the one to conjure the familiar.
Let us begin. I trust you've prepared the clay? Very good. Now, I would have you sculpt for me a porksy. Plump, with floppy ears and a short curly tail.
A porksy. I think I know what you mean. There we are. How's that?
Well, it is certainly creative. There's no denying that.
Yes, I'm no artist. Very funny.
Pay him no mind, child. Though it may look like a grotesque parody of reality, it is what the invoker believes that matters.
You're not helping.
But I speak the truth. If successful, this incantation will turn imagination into reality. Which is why the only thing of import is what you believe this figure embodies. You must focus. Hold the Porksy's image steady in your mind's eye. Now then, as I taught you, relax and allow your energies to flow.
With flesh of clay I bid thee rise, on wings of dreams to touch the skies. What once was idle fantasy, I call forth to reality!
Not bad for a first attempt. Now, let us see what can be done for young Halric. Through the operation of the magics you invoked to animate this familiar, it is now replete with the energies required to stir the boy's soul. You need but give it a name, and it will do as your heart desires.
A name. All right, I've decided. Now. Go, Angelo!
Mother, I...
Oh, shit. The girl's resolve is quite impressive. One might almost think she drew strength from another. By the 12th, though it was only for a moment, he spoke. There may yet be hope for these people. Mother... How is he, Beck? Look, did it work? I believe it did. You and your fledgling familiar have done well. If my eyes do not deceive, a hint of color has returned to his soul. Gods, I would jump for joy if I weren't so exhausted. We're so close now, Halric. As you are even now in the process of discovering this magics, ask much and the invoker what you may not have realized is that the same is also true of the subject. As such, we must proceed with caution. However, With further treatment, I have at the utmost confidence that the boy will make a full recovery. Sorry. Oh, God. Overserving the reanimation of his stagnant soul has been most enlightening. Will need time to put my theories to the proof, but I believe I can fashion a spell to produce the opposite effect. That is, to induce the stagnation, thus enabling our safe transport back to the source via our site. A thought occurred to me about this treatment. Beck Look said when the soul is rendered dormant, the mind is separated from the body. That a person becomes incapable of interacting with the world around them. Does that not sound a lot like some of the tempered back in the source? Not really. It is the fate of most tempered to become slaves to the primals, save in a handful of cases. Or am I missing something? You're missing something. If I can master this technique, the art of revitalizing the soul, I know of at least one in the source who could desperately use such treatment. Fuck. Exactly. His condition is uncannily similar to Halaric's. Is it not? The only difference between that his soul was suffused with earth aspected ether instead of light. It follows that if his soul is subject to a similar. It doesn't help when this music is such a fucking tearjerker. Okay. Kind of stagnation. There may be a chance we can save him, right? Forgive me, but who is this Gaboo fellow of whom you speak? I see. His condition does sound similar, yet there is much and more about the soul that remains unknown even to me. I say this not to discourage you, you understand, but to remind you that this is a delicate work we do here. Work requiring patience. Of course, and as long as there is hope for the patients here, I will devote whatever time is needed to see this through. But I refuse to spend that time in idleness. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay here with Angelo and continue with their treatment. The two of you should return to the Crystarium with Beck Lug and see if you can't make some headway with their newly posited theories. I would tell you to rest first, but I see you're not to be convinced. The fire of youth. Let us return to Crystarium then. Finally, I found you! What the fuck? Kaishir, what are you doing all the way out here? There is trouble back in Elmore. Lady Chai is besides herself, sighing, pacing the whole lot. Near enough begged me to go and find you. Sighing and pacing, you say it must be urgent. I take it I will be returning to the Crystarium alone. Go on, then. It's not as if I have anything for you to do. Thank you, Becklug. Sorry for bothering you and all that, but she says the future of Elmore is at stake. Mother, uh, the future of Elmore is at stake, is it? Do for them what you can, but keep an eye on Afna. Would you see to it he doesn't involve himself more than is necessary? Whatever could be so urgent for Lady Shy to summon us thus. Lady Shy is up in the parlor. Best not keep her waiting, yeah? Alright. Alright, I don't need you anymore. There you go. Bye, Alize. Good luck. Wait. Oh well, whatever. Should probably say the same thing. It was the folks over at the Crystarium that told me you'd be down at Journey's Head, and lucky for me, you still were running around after people's tiring work. Well, not here seems out of the ordinary, though. I do not see Lady Shy anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that, sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Do. Ba.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
Lady Chai, whatever is the matter?
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
What? What happened?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthry out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see. After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless, Yulmore could not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my dear husband.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant Talos, none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice. Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced. But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him, for shortly after that he vanished without a word.
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee? Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty, much less his beloved wife. There has to be some other reason for his absence.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
Oh my god, the choices! Oh my god. But I really want to treat her nicely because she's really nice, so.
And there you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return. Wherever he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
I think he needed to grab some milk or like cigarettes from the convenience store. Anyways, okay. Thanks for joining me. Let's give me a second. I want to talk. You know, Moore's nothing like I thought it'd be, but somehow I can't picture going anywhere else. The Chais are part of it, I suppose. They've been good to me. I only wish there was something more I could do to help them. Anyways, I think this is a perfect time to cut this episode short. To the next episode. Fare thee well.